Well, actually, I did dream of it, but it never happened. I kept waiting. My whole life I kept waiting for this great world, and now I actually see it, and in the cynicism that I may have gained earlier, I can feel it kind of ebbing. I'm still wary of the world. I still know the world's a tough place, but I know that we could not go down that road forever. And it's not going to be an easy transition. I don't want to be Pollyanna-ish about it, but another thing that I keep saying over and over is I think it's important for people to, because of this transition, to do something, every day that brings you peace, whether it be yoga or taking a walk in the woods or whatever. But I think it's just important for every day, do something and make it a practice, because you're going to need to stay calm in the whirlwind that's about and is happening, but it's going to get fiercer and it's going to get weirder, and we need to be prepared for that, because when things get really strange, that's when the real change is happening, and believe me, we are in for it. And I think you're right, 2012 is the midpoint, and I've tried to express that through my own research, that not to expect something overnight in 2012, but what you're seeing is, what's very interesting about 2012 is that we're picking a year in the future to have in our minds, and then we're imagining a change. And that's never happened in human history, to be honest with you. And it's very interesting, especially when you entertain the idea of the internet and the collection of thoughts and kind of a discussion, a worldwide discussion about who we want to be and what do we want to be. And in the end, I think it's going to be, we want, to be healthy. We want our children to be happy and educated. We want to live in a world with clean water and clean air. It's not all that hard,
I think we want more than that as well. Those are all physical outcomes, but I think that the soul of humanity wants a great deal more than those physical outcomes. I think the soul of humanity wants the answer to the four fundamental questions of life. Who am I? Where am I? Why am I where I am? And what am I doing here? What is my purpose and function? I think that the soul of humanity hopes in these next years not only to create a wonderful physical environment, a place that is safe and sound and secure and ecologically sound and so forth, and provides a good place for us to thrive. But I think it also seeks earnestly to create a space and an environment within which humanity can experience its divinity. That ultimately we can move toward a new kind of humanity, a new way of being human, in which we self-realize at last as who we really are, and come to a direct physical experience, not just a conceptualization, not just a theory, but a physicalization, a physical expression of our divinity. That is that for which we yearn, and that's what I think is going to be happening here in the years immediately ahead. And when we get to the place where that first domino falls, and by the way, it may not be a rapid process, just as you say, but I believe that when that first domino falls, then we will have hit critical mass, and it will be like water coming to a boil. All at once, there will be a huge shift in our ideas about who we are as sentient beings and how we wish to express ourselves in physical form upon the earth. And that could very well happen in the latter part of my lifetime. It will certainly happen in the lifetime of my children. And we get to watch that process as we move into what has been predicted for a long, long time, 1,000 years of peace.
Indeed, the Sabbath spread out over 1,000 years, in which we just take the day off, take 1,000 years off, and quit all the turmoil and stop all the fighting and the arguing. It sounds wonderful. I absolutely love your point of view there, and I can't express how much I agree with you on that. And I think we all need to start working towards that in every way, every day. It's really important. And you need to go ahead.
I was going to say that I love your idea that each of us should find a moment each day and a way each day that we can bring ourselves to an experience in a place of peace. And I would expand on that. I would say I would encourage our listeners to do one more thing. Find a way each day to bring a tiny bit of peace into the life of another. Make it your venture and your goal in 2010, your New Year's resolution, that every day in 2010, however small that peace might be, I'm going to find a way to give a piece of peace, a P-I-E-C-E, of P-E-A-C-E, a piece of peace, a tiny piece of peace to another living being, whether it's a smile at the teller at the bank, or a pat on the back at the guy at the barber shop, or just a kind word to a person on the street, or a gentle touch to a lover across the pillow, whatever it might be, that allows us to just bring another sentient being a moment of deep awareness, just a breath of life. This is who I really am. If we decide not only to bring ourselves peace each day, but to bring a piece of peace to everyone else, one person each day for the next year, 365 people receiving that from every one of us. What a change that
Wow. Now that's an idea that I could get behind. Neale, thank you so much. I just, I love your writing. I love you. You're great at infinity. What can I say? You're one of the pioneers in this thing, and it's been a real honor to have you on the show. And I really want to thank you a lot.
Thank you, Jay. It's very kind of you to say those things. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Jay Weidner. You've been listening to Smoke and Mirrors Radio Hour, and we'll be back tomorrow night. And thanks for listening. And go to NealeDonaldWalsch.com. He's got books, DVDs, workshops, all sorts of great stuff if you want to get into the mind of the pioneer of the New World. Hopefully we'll live to see it, Neale. I'm gone. Thanks for listening.